Today is Friday, Parashat Beshalach. The parasha of this week tells us about the manna that fell in the desert and fed the Jewish people for 40 years in the desert. Interestingly, there are certain customs in different communities, like in the Moroccan community, there are certain foods that are prepared for certain holidays. There's a tradition. There's even a concept in Morocco, which is ada meaning like it's a custom. And one of the customs in the south of Morocco, namely in the city of Marrakesh, is on Motza'ei Yom Kippur. When Yom Kippur is over, you come back home and you have bread that is stuffed with almonds and coriander seeds, crushed coriander seeds. And I wondered, at some point when I became aware of this custom, I wondered, what is the origin of these customs? Why specifically after Yom Kippur is over, do we have this kind of bread that is stuffed with almonds and coriander seeds? And there must be a connection to Kippur somehow. So, giving it some thought, like many of the customs that we just say it's ada, like they say in Arabic, it's a custom. Why? Some people do it because they do it. They've done it for generations, where typically, if you research well enough, you'll find the reasoning behind it. And in this case, it makes sense that Motza'ei Yom Kippur, there should be bread that would be stuffed with almonds and coriander seeds. Let me explain. On Yom Kippur, the service in the Bet HaMikdash of Yom Kippur entailed the Kohen Gadol going into the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies, the holiest place in the Bet HaMikdash. There was the Ark with the tablets of the Torah that was inside the Holy of Holies, inside the Ark. But there were a couple of items also in the Holy of Holies, in Kodesh HaKodashim. One of them was the Mateh of Aaron, the staff of Aaron, that when there was the parasha that spoke about the arguing of Korach and his people against Moshe and Aaron, and then Moshe was told, tell each one of the tribes to bring their staff, and each representative of each tribe brought their staff, and including Aaron, and the staff of Aaron, tzamach, it sprouted shkedim, almonds. And Moshe was told, take that staff and put it in Kodesh HaKodashim as a remembrance of when there was that argument against Moshe and Aaron, that it was proven by Hashem that Aaron is the one who was selected to be the Kohen Gadol. And that was the almond part. Now the coriander seeds, the manna that fell in the desert, Moshe Rabbeinu was told to take a tzintzeret, a jar, and put in it some manna and put it in Kodesh HaKodashim. And in describing the manna, the Torah says, Vehu kezer agad. It is like a grain of God. And Rashi explained what is agad, and he uses even the French term, and he says it's coriander seeds. So the manna that looked like coriander seeds, when it fell in the desert, you could taste anything you wanted to taste, but it looked like coriander seeds. There was a jar of it inside the Kodesh HaKodashim, and therefore, the types of food that were in the Kodesh HaKodashim, the almonds and the coriander seeds, are remembered in the bread that we make from some communities that you eat at the end of Yom Kippur, to remind us that Kohen Gadol went into Kodesh HaKodashim on Yom Kippur, and this is a hint to the service of Yom Kippur through the foods that involve the almonds and coriander seed stuff in loaf of bread. So if you see a custom that has been observed for generations, most likely there is a reason for it, and this is one example. And the tzintzeret aman, the jar of manna, is mentioned in the parasha of this week. Shabbat Shalom, and the Shabbat is Shabbat Shira, a Shabbat of song, a Shabbat to add more singing and praises to Hashem through the beautiful singing and the beautiful tunes that we have in the synagogues, at the Shabbat table, and through the extra poem that we add in the prayer that mentions the shirot that are sung, that are mentioned in the Torah Shebichtav. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen. And Shabbat Shalom.